I do just want to offer one kind of tip from our learning experience is that it is really important to put in the upfront investments in helping your team learn the tools and the technology. Some of our users were completely new to smartphones in general. So we spent a lot of time just getting people comfortable with the phones, and then doing a lot of practice in TaroWorks before we let them loose in the field. But that investment has really paid off, and it's been really exciting to see the way our team has fully embraced TaroWorks and Salesforce. In the beginning, I was doing all of the brainstorming for the jobs that we needed to develop, doing all of the backend setup in Salesforce, and then training our staff and advisors. And now we're seeing really broad ownership. So Shannon, for example, has taken on a lot of the development of new jobs in TaroWorks, as well as setting up reports and dashboards. And really our whole team is identifying new jobs that they want in TaroWorks. We joke a little bit that we've created a monster because now that our employees have seen what TaroWorks and Salesforce can do, they really want to leverage the power of mobile data more and more in providing the Ekolakay service. When we were doing this initial setup, I actually sat down with like sheets of paper and drew out, like in a very visual way, kind of like mapped our service. And so, it starts with somebody having contact with soil and saying, hey, I'm interested in Ekolakay, and who are the potential people that they could be talking to, and then who else needs that information for it to move from the prospect stage to signing the contract. And again, we've ended up adding so much, but I think that taking the time to map that out at the beginning was really helpful in getting us a foundation that really responded to our service, rather than our service kind of needing to respond to what the app could do. People having trust in the system is hugely important. And that means test to make sure that jobs are going to work the way you think they're going to work. We have kind of rolled out jobs in a couple of phases. And the first phase, I tested, and just because I wanted to make sure that when people got in the field and started using it on their own, they wouldn't start having problems and then get flustered or frustrated. And then the second phase, I was like, oh, I totally know what I'm doing. And there's just like these couple simple other jobs. And I did not test as rigorously. And we ended up having some problems. Unfortunately, like our staff was great and we were able to resolve them really quickly. But I imagined like, oh gosh, if that had happened at the beginning, it really could have set the tone or impacted the tone, I guess, in a really negative way.